to continue. Hope you're doing okay today.
Yes, fine.
You're doing okay. That's good. So we're just going to
Yeah.
continue from yesterday, where we left up yesterday, or the day before yesterday, actually. So in 2015, right, the government of Tanzania banned witch doctor for the sake of protecting albino people. How do you think this legislation would help the situation in Tanzania?
Yeah, it helps a bit, but these people, traditional healer or witch doctor, actually, this work actually they used to do tonight. So it is sacred. Mindset is you can stop people in public, wherever, but this issue, 60% of African people, they used to be believers of traditional healers. So, even if you tell them today that, you banned their license, because it's in the mindset. Of course, it helps a bit, but the government was supposed to do more than that. That's why we were still demanding on that issue. So it helps a bit. Of course, the traditional healers they were afraid to do such as stuff. But for example, now I told you 2 weeks ago, people still exhuming dead body. So if you ask me how the situation now, of course the graph and the attacks has come down, but even if you die today, if Josephat died today, and you say in front of me like, rest in peace, I am not, because people still assuming that, of course now the graph of awareness has been increased a bit, the graph, but you have to understand that this issue is sacred. For example, in many years ago, it was not easy to see people with albinism coming outside. But it's because there was, the killings and the attacks of people with albinism was silent. But now you can see we are, we are shouting. It's because, we people with albinism, we have in our movement, we are discussing if we find anything is going under the ground, we stand up and we talk. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So the other question I have is, how do you think the practice started? Where did the idea of people adopting or people attacking albino people, where did that idea come from? Or how did
it?
Yeah.
Right. The idea comes from the witch doctors or traditional healers who actually are being spreading this information that if you get the border parts of people with albinism, you will become rich. But another thing, the idea is, I can see this idea also, it comes when the time people needs money. So what they believe is money. So some people, they try to attempt by saying like that when the economic crisis started is where this evil stuff started.
So what do you think the government should do? So you said, because when I asked you banning, witch doctors or stealing their licenses, you said that's good, but it's not good enough, right? So now you being in the position and being an albino man, what do you think the government would do? What kind of legislation, what kind of effective measures you think the government can take to really support the community of people with albinism?
Yeah, the first thing, actually, the government, African government or Tanzania government must increase effort of having, creation awareness to the community, because this is what is needed. People, they do not have enough information about albinism. So the first thing should be done, is about creation awareness or awareness creation. But another thing which I'm seeing, there is a need to increase the effort of, increase the effort of having, a really strong security. Because now many people with albinism living in the remote area, a big number come from to the remote area where there is no enough, there is no enough security. So that's our governments must make sure they increase effort of security. That's also should be, it's really needed. But another thing, what I can see in many African countries, our cases are being in the court, but there is a problem of transparency and accountability. Yeah.
Josephat, what do you want the world to know about you? What do you want the world to know?
About me?
Yes, about you and your journey and your journey as to
what I want the world to know as me, Josephat, let us people know that we are human beings 100%. That's one. And another thing, we are looking for a justice. That's what I want the world to know. We are human beings. We die like other people the way they die. We are not really disappear. And another thing which I'm dreaming in the future, Africa to be a better place where people with albinism can live. If I'm in Europe, I'm more safe than in Africa. Because in Africa, I'm being attacked with the sun, strong sun in Africa, you have to understand. And again, if I go outside, yeah, people, they have negative attitude about my car. They think my car is really something which magical power, So that is another attack to me. That is another attack. So the discrimination and isolation is another enemy. So another thing which I dream, I wish to see people with albinism, the coming generation, pursuing quality education, where they will be able, to tell this world. Today, as Josephat, if I tell you where I am from, what I struggled about education, people, they are thinking, because we are white, in the middle of black people, we are useless. So what I'm dreaming, Josephat, in near future, people with albinism to get quality education. Because if you have education, you can, the doors will be open today. When I stand today, other people with albinism, they're saying, don't talk much about that. You are near to the death. I said, you guys, if we don't speak today, we are going to be finished.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you feel that to end the killing of albino people would be that there has to be an education, not only educating the community, but the people with albinism they also have to educate themselves as well. Right?
Exactly. That's what I believe. Yes.
To know that you are people and that you are just like everybody else, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
yes, sure.